Noted footballer, Bhaichung Bhutia. Thank you very much, Mr. Bhutia, for joining us. What is the first thing that came to your mind when you looked at these pictures?
I think very, very disappointing to see all the images which we saw that has just been viral for the last one day. It's sad that, I think the country right now in terms of sports, we're moving really forward and trying to reach international standard. And you see what's happening, especially athletes being served food in toilets, which is disgusting and very, very disappointing. At the same time, I think a governor trying to push a legend out of the frame when he's going to receive a trophy. And it's just not one individual. I think across all the political parties, there have been leaders who are just trying to, get in the limelight when actually the limelight should be on the sports persons.
Exactly. Mr. Bhutia, my next question is, what according to you explains this apathy? I mean, how dare they? What explains this?
I think just to get into the frame, get the fame, I think people should be more focused on doing their jobs, especially political leaders and leaders across different fields should be actually focusing on doing the real work for the people rather than just try and take a fame out of somebody else. So I think that itself is very, very disappointing.
Mr. Bhutia, you think that these cases have increased or have they started coming to light more often?
I think it's started coming to light more often because of social media around. And in fact, the episode of, Sunil, I actually did not see it. I saw it through a social media of some of my friends.
Let's show that video.
I, in fact, did not see it on
Sunil
television
Chhetri
as well. So I think with social media, nowadays you get to see every bit of it. And I think it's good that, it's being exposed in terms of whether, a leader is trying to push somebody or athletes or sports person being treated the way they've been treated just with kabaddi players. So I think it's good that, these things are getting exposed more now.
My final question, Bhaichung Bhutia, you think that it is high time that sports bodies are run strictly by sports stars? Otherwise, you know what will happen? We keep these netas on a pedestal. The real stars are then pushed away. The real stars are being made to eat food served in a toilet. So do you think that sports stars will understand the plight of the sports stars and athletes more?
I think it's completely important that people with sports knowledge and background should be running the sports federation and associations because, for the last 75 years from the time India got independence, I think it's, the sports person and people with real sports knowledge has not been able to get that kind of opportunity. So I think it's high time why India is lacking behind in sports. It tells you one of the reasons as well. So I think there needs to be a really big changes in sports federation and association. And I feel it's important that political parties, whether be it any political parties, whether in state or in central, should not interfere. If you want to interfere in state associations or a federation, then make it a law and you fight elections on your political symbol. But don't try and portray saying that this is sports, we should not interfere, whether it's a state government or a central government, and then behind the scene completely be involved politically. If you want to get politically involved, and if any parties are wanting to do it, whether you're in state or the center, you think you want to get involved, then fight it with your symbol. Say this is our Congress, BJP, TMC, JDU, any party's candidate, and fight with that symbol and let the sports federations run and fight elections on party symbols if that is the way.
I think that's a very important point. You want to do politics, do it properly. Like a politician, as a registered political party, change the rules. Let the world know that you are playing politics. And that's a very important point that has been made. I'm sure you share the irritation of this country, Bhaichung Bhutia. Thank you very much, Bhaichung Bhutia, the former captain, for joining us.